The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Friday, January 31st on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride.
Hey, everybody, Jim McMahon here, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Friday, January 31st. And just want to start things off.
What's that smell? You stink.
Oh no! I'm sorry. I must have played the wrong clip. What? Well,
sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
No. I don't think I could have played the right clip there.
Better luck next year.
No. I don't think that's the right clip either there.
Yeah. It felt like shit afterwards.
Oh no.
You can't win.
Yeah. Tough night. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swiggin Database Dan, aka Eat Shit Pick Dundee.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
Well, I don't got the brain man cold, but they're counting down 765.
Country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. And let's get the fuck out this country, mother.
I had an amazing day yesterday, and 90% of that money is gone. And thus is life. One day you will not exist. So you can either, jump off a bridge, which I thought about, or bet the fuck out of tomorrow's slate and get back up, baby. Let's go. Plus, the bridges are overrated these days. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the Ride and Rush show, and also check out the College Basketball Experience pregame show every single day. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Money Line Mac. How are you, brother?
Doing good. I had a losing night as well. Another losing Thursday. Thursday seems to be the day I eat shit. First losing day of the week. Let's get back on the saddle. Get ready for Friday.
Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
I can't do these fucking Thursdays either. I think these Thursdays are just, there's voodoo. First, I mean, we have a lot to talk about. We're also joined by third man in the booth, the host of the College Baseball Experience and the man on the boards for the College Football and College Basketball Experience, the great Noah Bieniek. How are you, brother?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, I wanted to be included in the intro and all the fun because I too did not have a single win today. Last night when we finished the episode, I was like, shit, Cocktail Napkin really didn't like many games at all today. I could have just went 0-1, but no, I decided to add 2 more. So I went 0-3. And then we, for fun last night, were deciding, hey, let's throw out a random dog that we think can win tomorrow. I didn't bet mine, and NJIT wins by 22 against UMass Lowell. Holy
unbelievable.
That was my day. So, yep.
Yeah, I'm still sweating out. I actually doubled up on UC San Diego in Grand Canyon, hoping that can help salvage the night. But
UC San Diego today.
Yeah. But hold on, Bieniek, come back. I think we should start off with this.
Oh, yeah.
We've been doing the show 8 years. 8 years. And I think I brought this up maybe a week or two ago.
And I thought you were paranoid because,
And you reminded me. So I thought, man, I was like, some of these games just feel rigged. And I haven't felt this way over the 8 years of doing this show. And you reminded me that I said it some last year. And to your point, and to your point, you were correct. I did, but I never said it before that. Well, I can't help but notice that scrolling through social media today, I did see Pat 40. Shout out to Pat, and tweet out that there's this NBA scandal going on with Terry Rozier, the former Louisville Cardinal. But now I'm seeing reports of like multiple college basketball teams involved.
That's what Bellinger said.
And well, this is, I hate to sound like, I have sensed this. Like we I know, Mac, you called it with Eastern Michigan. I feel like we were on top of this with Temple last year.
Yeah.
It's just and the best way to say it is like, if you watch enough games over the years, like I said, this is year 8 doing this, but we also, myself, NC, Nick, Patty C, and I'm sure you guys too. I can't attest to you guys, but especially myself and NC Nick, we've been watching college basketball our whole fucking life. And the lines have been involved. Our uncle was a bookie. So, I mean, like, we've paid attention to the lines at least since like the early 2000s, late 90s. Right.
Yeah. My grandfather was one too. And, growing up, I was just kind of always surrounded by it,
But there's a way these games have gone, I would say, over the past 2 years that just, I can't compare it to the previous 6 years doing the show. Like, I just feel like it's more, the numbers are super sharp as far as like the covers seem to always, like, they're almost crazy the way they break down. Yeah. And you're like, and it makes me sound like a fucking maniac. But then I realize over the past year and a half, I've sounded like a maniac at times. But then you see a report that confirms your crazy ass conspiracies, and we don't know what teams they are besides Eastern Michigan and Temple, but I'm sure this one is not talking about Eastern Michigan and Temple because those have been flagged for months or weeks now.
Yeah. And I do want to mention Temple in Eastern Michigan. Lyndon June Kelly is saying, if it's rigged, pick the winners, which I know this is a huge narrative around Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, and they always get these calls from the refs. No, if you're betting college basketball every single day and you're watching these teams, specifically Temple last year and Eastern Michigan this year, all of a sudden they would be able to jump up and take down one of the big dogs, or at least cover that number when it would be like, oh, for sure that's going to be a really public fade that day. Like Temple, all of a sudden, after they get ousted last year, goes on an insane run in the conference tournament as one of the bottom basement seeds and gets to the championship game. Please.
I would just say there's just a different rhythm to it. And I don't know how to say it any better than, like, you watch enough games that it didn't seem to exactly fall right on the number on almost every fucking game. And you're just like, man, I don't know, like, I know you brought up the Temple loss in overtime a couple years ago or 2 years ago when they were like up, they were getting a 11.5 or 12.5 and they ended up losing by 13 in overtime. And you're like, yeah, I mean, theoretically could that happen? But I also feel like this is almost impossible, right? Like, what do you think of this whole thing, Mac?
I mean, it felt like it was inevitable to start happening to a certain degree, just because it's so mainstream now. Everybody knows the line. Everybody's got a guy that's probably tugging at him. Hey, can I get some information? Because I want to bet on the game. I mean, economy sucks. Trying to make a buck or two and have some action on the game. So And to whoever's point it was about pick the winners, I mean, you don't know who's in on the take. Isn't that the whole fucking point of the take?
Yeah.
Trust me, if we knew who was on the fucking take, we wouldn't be doing this show. We'd be in on the conspiracy theory too.
Well, I'll say that though.
It's all hindsight 2020. Like now that we know it, like Temple and Eastern, the two that were outed, you can look at these specific games in the past that were like, yeah, that was fishy as fuck.
Well, especially because those Eastern Michigan teams, like and Temple teams, like you watch them, you're like, they're actually pretty talented. You're like, how the fuck are you that bad? You know,
How do
like
you always lose by the hook. How do you always lose by the hook?
I'll say this too. Just filling in more on this conversation. This is now. There's been one every year that I've been a part of TCE now. 2022 Alabama in baseball, 2023 Temple in college basketball, 2024 Eastern Michigan in college basketball, and possibly many more programs. It's just disappointing that we've got like idiots ruining this for people that are in it for fun, really enjoy this, and do want to have an extra sweat on the sports games. And if at any point this shit, I don't think it's going away, but the negative connotation is because of idiots. It's not because of people with head on their shoulders. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, we still love to gamble, and you could be on the right side of some of these things, but it's like one of the things I would say that I have noticed in the past 2 years that is just, I feel like it didn't happen nearly as much. Now, that doesn't mean it didn't happen before. That's another thing is like, if you're getting caught, how many people aren't getting caught? It's like the old thing of like, if you go to the grocery store and steal the fucking candy bar, I feel like 99 out of 100 times you're probably walking out of there with that candy bar. They have no idea. So could there be a bunch of other teams that potentially are on this? But I just think it's I felt this way. We probably watched thousands of games. I would love to know the number of games we watch per year, but I feel like when you start to notice that, like that, I feel somewhat validated, but when this comes out, because I'm like, dude, I felt this way only the past 2 years. Go listen to the first 6 years of the show. I feel like I never really thought like this because it wasn't that common. Like every fucking game, I feel like seems to be. Now you could say, well, the legalization of gambling, it got sharper. Perhaps, maybe, but I also think it's the way you lose or the way you win that you're just like, what the fuck was that?
These lines aren't going to be fucking razor sharp on a 150 game fucking slate on a Saturday. Every single one of them. Yeah. And this guy right here, I know the whole narrative with the Chiefs. The Chief, that is a public narrative. Everybody the Chiefs, everybody knows it. And I take the Chiefs a bunch because I think that. You don't know which ones in college basketball are fucking being fixed by the players. Those aren't comparable. The Chiefs is for ratings. This is for
and the Chiefs haven't been caught.
Yeah.
Like Temple and Eastern Michigan, we know they are in Alabama baseball. We know all three have been guilty, and now you have credible people who cover the sport from Sports Illustrated and Yahoo Sports reporting that multiple teams are involved. So it's not comparable. Yeah. Chiefs, we tend to think
money for the league.
Yeah,
the Chiefs for money for the league because.
But Patrick Mahomes is not on the take.
Yes.
When you have multiple players on the take,
yes,
placing weight, it's a completely different scenario here.
One's in the spotlight where you can see every single play, every play dissected, every call dissected. Eastern Michigan's not getting dissected. Nobody's even watching that game, but yet you got guys that think that they can pull one, and that's why they're trying to do it. Is they think that they're in the weeds enough where nobody's going to catch it, but you are going to get caught with legalized gambling. So hopefully they catch these idiots so that this doesn't get ruined, or otherwise. MyBookie.ag promo code TCE.
There you go.
Hell of a fucking plug.
Get on that right side. Maybe you got a cousin that plays point for Little Rock. All right, get on that right side. Have a conversation with him. Folks, what to tell you? that the college basketball experience is brought to you by SGPN. Yes, that's us. We are part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and we're running a free Super Bowl squares pool. With $1,000 winner take all for the final score square. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares to sign up today. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/squares. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And your money is safe. The card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks, and it's completely free. Sign up today. Use the promo code SGPN. So you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet promo code SGPN. Once again, that's edgeboost.bet promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. Mac was just talking about it. Yeah. MyBookie is the place to bet every sport. Plus, they got props for every game, and the live daily casino is a bundle of fun. MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations as well outside of America. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head over to mybookie.ag and use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Plus, they're going to give you a $10 casino chip just to have some fun. That's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. Let's dive into this. I mean, this reminded me of one of those days in late November, I think.
Yeah.
Where I had a couple waiters that just got destroyed. Charleston did not cover against Stony Brook. We picked this correctly. We just didn't bet this. But the Seawolves go into Charleston and do what they do. And they lose and they cover. So, there is that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
I don't know if you really have thoughts on this one, but Charleston, they roll.
Did you see how this game started?
No, I don't think I mean, I had it on, but I wasn't paying close attention. Yeah.
It was this was at 6:00. This was during the pregame show. Stony Brook was up 18-2.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I knew they were up at the half. They were up at the half. I do remember that, but I think I might have not been paying close attention to the very beginning.
18-2. They're cursed, man. They ain't ever winning.
if you can't do this one.
Yeah.
We double locked New Hampshire, and they lost by 25. How many 25-point losses did Pick Dundee have today? Take a guess. Let's just say 20 or higher. I'm curious your thoughts. Chat. That's directed to the chat, not Mac.
There was a lock battle that was an ambush.
Oh my God.
Dude, that one might need to be investigated just because of how well that team was playing. And then that. Holy
shit. The systems have blown up, by the way. People have DM'd me. What is the system? Or tagged me.
Detonate that system. The
system was so over the 8 years of doing this. Colgate and Vermont have been just cash cows in conference play. Now, maybe
whether
this is
the line
NIL.
was 18 or 4, they were covering everything.
Maybe this is NIL. Maybe it's the transfer portal. Maybe it's injuries. But Vermont and Colgate have lost us a shit ton of money this year. Binghamton 75, Vermont 72. Do we just finally detonate? This is the last straw. This is like Milton in Office Space when he burns down the building, right? Mac, are we officially done on these teams?
Losing at Binghamton outright when you go up 10-0 and it's looking, oh yeah, the system is back in action. No, it was not. I don't know yet. I'm TBD because they play Maine on Saturday. Maine, by the way, has won 6 in a row. Are they really going to be a home underdog to Maine? I mean, if they're a home underdog to Maine or a pick 'em against Maine, it's going to be hard for me not to take Vermont.
You said on Saturday? Hold on.
Do we give Vermont the benefit of the doubt because of the injuries? Colgate doesn't have the injuries. Vermont has injuries.
Yes. Vermont does have injuries.
Colgate's young.
Yep.
I don't know.
Vermont would be a 4-point dog on the cocktail napkin on Saturday against Maine.
Wow. Unbelievable there as we ate a pile of shit. Glad I didn't bet this game because I would have lost this game. But Towson 76, Delaware 66. I did watch this game. Towson is starting to come on.
Yep.
6 straight, 7 straight, something like that. Delaware's been a disappointment. And then we double lock this one. I'm going to count this one as one of the 20-point games, even though it says 19. Penn State. What in the fuck was this, man? Penn State gets drilled by Ohio State by 19 in a lit gymnasium. Forget the name of it, but yeah. Your thoughts? This was shocking to me. I mean,
bro, Ohio State's quietly playing pretty damn good basketball. 3 in a row now. They won at Purdue. They beat the fuck out of Iowa. Now they beat the shit out of Penn State on the road. Diebler wins again as a dog. That fucking guy. Why did I go against my system of taking Diebler as a dog? Damn it. Man, I guess Penn State had just played hard game after hard game. They were flat tonight in front of that packed crowd. They couldn't make a shot. So horrible play. Good win, Buckeyes, man. Buckeyes are going to fuck around and make the tournament.
Potentially.
Yeah. I mean, what they've done the last week, beating Purdue, beating Iowa, beating Penn State, that's headed in the right direction. They got a big one Sunday in Champaign.
Yeah. Big win by the Buckeyes. And then I don't know how the fuck we hit this. But Youngstown minus 1.5.
It was great.
Cash is against Wright State. Shout out to Joe Burke giving us $20. He had a horrible night. You guys are still the best in any sport. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate the. It's all about the mind state. You know what I mean? I got destroyed today. Just telling myself, I love the Saturday slate. I love the Friday slate. These Thursdays have been vicious for us. But your thoughts on Youngstown battling back from a game they were down? I don't know, 18, 17, something like that.
Yeah.
18, what a win.
18 in the first half, 17 with 12 to go. I like this new thing that Kempom does, Bieniek, with the win minimum probability. That's pretty cool. 4.9% chance to win, down 17 with 12 to go. I'm just not going to go back and watch the Kansas-Houston little ticker to shove that dagger in with that little new feature that Kempom's got.
Yeah, that $2 beer night though pulled off. That's the only way you won this thing, I bet.
Yeah, they kept it open past the under 8 media timeout. Keep it open.
You gotta. I mean, what's going on here?
Yes.
And next up, this game was a fantastic watch, and I feel like we should talk a lot about this game. Monmouth in double overtime. We were on Monmouth. We double locked it. 104. Drexel 97. And we have to talk not only about how great this game was. I know it was on Flow, so no one watched it besides me, but Madison Durr.
Oh, I wanted to talk about his teammate.
Well, Madison Durr, and shout out, I got tagged in this, but I also watched in the game. He was just balling out. He scored 40 points tonight for Monmouth. King Rice's squad. 10 of 11 from the field. 91%. 1 for 1 from 3 and 19 of 19 from the free throw line. He's the first Division I player in the last 30 years to shoot 90% from the field, 100% from the line in a 40-point game. Whew.
Yeah, I'm going to step in now and say Abdi Bashir.
This is crazy.
Launched 33 shots when your teammate was dead-eye. What are you doing? What are you doing?
He should have just shot threes. He was 8 of 20 from 3. He should have just stayed at the 3-point line. No twos. He was 2 for 13 from 2.
Let's
Sure.
dive deeper into this though. Let's dive deeper into Durr. He's the 4th player over the span to shoot 19 or 19 or better from the free throw line in a 40-point game. The other ones are Grant Williams, John Morant, and Keaton Page. That's unbelievable. Like I know, and shout out to a guy who bets on college sports tagging me in this. You're a fucking hell of a guy. I know you're an LMU guy.
Jared Burson's tweet, right?
Yeah, unbelievable work
he's
there.
Outstanding.
Unbelievable work there. But that stat line is incredible. I hope he was an option in DFS. I didn't play DFS last night, but holy shit.
Actually, you might want to go triangle in 2. They only had Rutgers had 100 points. The 2 guys scored 72 out of the 100. Triangle in 2, these guys.
Unbelievable. This was, I mean, you could argue this was the best game of the day.
I mean,
nice
just a crazy, like, he had a season in a day. If you look at like his season log, just crazy. Abdi, my man, you are the volume guy, but when one of your guys is having like a once in a career day, you have to keep feeding that guy. What are you doing?
Then I'll also shout out that he had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. I mean, just an all-time day. Go get some pussy. The pussy should be lined up at your fucking door right now. Unbelievable. Elon got drilled by Hofstra. So glad I didn't bet this. I would have taken Elon, of course, because Hofstra, whatever they do, I can't get it right. 74-63. And then I believe you bet UMBC plus 5.5 against Bryant. Of course, Bryant wins by 6.
This was ridiculous. This was tied the whole fucking game, and they fouled fucking Bryant with like 0.9 on the clock. Fucker makes 2. This is the worst beat of the night. Oh my God. Yeah,
that's pretty fucking horrible. Northeastern rolls Hampton. I felt decent about this. Of course, didn't bet it. 78-69. And then I'm gonna blame myself here. But I think you sprinkled some fairy dust on me too, saying that the hospital's officially closed. No, it's open. We're taking patients. I'm playing the music, even though I didn't bet this shit. Detroit 68, Northern Kentucky 57. Bieniek, this is the game you should have been at because they're starting something right now. These Titans. I mean, look at this. They have 7 wins this season now, right?
He's doing a good job. Montgomery. Yeah. That was my whole thing. I was like, he's already 6 times the win total from last year. What the fuck has happened to Northern Kentucky?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Dude, they've lost 6 in a row. They lost to the hospital by double digits.
And shout out, we had some fans tag us live from the hospital. Appreciate that.
I know. I was looking for who it was. I'm pulling the name in like 2 seconds, but he even said that somebody hit a half-court shot during halftime for $5K.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I can't find the tweet now for some reason.
That's why. That's wild, man. I mean, Northern Kentucky's usually one of the contenders in this league. They suck.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm so disappointed in this. Like this, I hate the Sun Belt when it comes to basketball. I love it in football. In basketball, I find the Sun Belt to be the most frustrating conference for me. And they can try to do this cockamamie bullshit, conference championship where you put the 2 best teams in the in the championship game. Essentially, it's still going to eat shit. I can't wait for it because this conference is this is the hardest conference. I don't care what everyone says. Georgia State. We just took Georgia State. They just played Marshall like within the past fucking 10 days.
Yep.
Georgia State should have covered in Atlanta. We ate shit on a horrible beat. They're up there. They were up a lot of the game, and we end up losing with the points that we were getting. But Marshall, before today, just to give the people some cold hard facts.
While you're pulling it up, Butta Hall was at the game there today.
Shout out to Butta Hall. Marshall was 10-1 at home this season before tonight. Now they're 10-2, but that only loss came to Troy by 1. Troy, we think of as one of the better teams in the Sun Belt Conference.
They blew 17-point lead in that game too,
and they still covered that game.
Yeah.
Because they were getting 1.5. Georgia State, and shout out to someone did mention this in the chat. We thought about it. We just didn't do it. We took Georgia State in the points.
Should have bet it.
Georgia State was getting 12.5, and they win outright at Marshall. This conference is fucking an enigma. Your thoughts? What a huge win for the Georgia State program, which has had its problems over the past couple of years. Your thoughts?
Yeah, pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, Marshall feels like they're kind of headed in the wrong direction. I mean, they don't have D'Antoni anymore, so it's a first-year head coach trying to figure it out. Yeah, but I didn't see them losing tonight.
Yeah. I mean, they're so good on that home court normally, especially a team from like Atlanta. Like to me, if it was App or something, I would be like, yeah, I could see it a little bit more. Georgia State's been, shitty over the past couple of years. Impressive. But we're going to talk more about the Sun Belt in a second. We'll go back to that.
That wasn't even close to the worst.
Yeah, the Sun Belt. But they do this. Like, if I'm being honest, this is not corruption or anything. The Sun Belt consistently has been like this for the past. I mean, since L. Ron Hunter was at Georgia State.
Yeah.
Right. It's just been like this. How about this cover? Wilmington against A&T. A&T's on auto fade, dude.
Well,
did you hear about this?
No, what happened?
They suspended 3 guys before the game. The line went from 11 to 18. CLV came through. We got a whole touchdown to play with there.
Well, there we go. They would have covered anyway. But I mean, as someone that's watched a lot of A&T basketball this year, just not today.
Somebody asked me, are those 3 players worth 7? I said, nobody on A&T's worth 7 points. They were there when they sucked ass, and they're still going to suck ass.
There we go. What were they suspended for?
I didn't even read.
Are they part of this gambling thing?
Well, if they are, they're not very good at it because they just keep getting drilled. Although that Hampton game might have had a little bit. 1.5 point line, and you miss the free throw to tie it after you come all the way back.
Let's think about this though. If you're getting people suspended, you know this kind of happened with who was it? Someone else got suspended, and then comes out later that it was the gambling tie-in.
It was Ohio State's player.
Yeah.
Bradshaw.
Yeah.
Bradshaw.
Makes you wonder.
Aaron Bridge.
Lemoyne did cover the number against Fair Dick. We didn't bet it, but Dolphins did get it done here. No comment. JMU did not cover against Coastal, but Coastal did lose by 9 points. More Sun Belt action there. Still that one was that went normal. You were super sharp. I got to give you credit on this one. You brought me into this one. Florida International stays within the 8. Almost won this outright. It's a 2-point game. Jacksonville State survives. FIU gets the cover. Your thoughts?
Yeah, the script is flipped here in the Conference USA. The road teams are covering left and right now. It used to just be auto take all the home teams. It is completely flipped. So fade Jack State coming off that great road trip, and they were flat tonight. They found a way to win though. Yeah.
Also, I nailed Stonehill against Wagner. Just didn't bet it. I know you were on Wagner. Stonehill wins by 12. Bieniek calls for an NJIT money line, and they beat Lowell by 21 points. I want this game flagged.
Capper gave this out on the pregame show. This is his dog.
We all took NJIT, but to win by 21 on the money line, this should be investigated. The
America East is flipped upside down this year. Vermont and Lowell suck.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then you guys made fun of me. You made fun of me. I think we had a battle here. Memory serves me correct. But my guy Doug Gottlieb comes through for me. Covers
That's so bad.
against the Oakland Grizzlies without Greg Campy.
By a hook.
This Green Bay team is, I think is that 4 straight hits for me on Green Bay?
Yeah, because you took Ooey Pooey last week against him. Speaking of Ooey Pooey.
Yeah, no, that's the next game. So we doubled up on Ooey Pooey against Robert Morris. We even said the money line was live.
Oh.
And then they went on to lose by 53 fucking points.
The old Ooey Pooey came back.
Oh my God. What is happening? Who the fuck is Robert Morris this year?
Dude, them in Cleveland State are fucking wagons. I don't get the horizon. I am so bad at the horizon this year. Nothing makes sense. Corsaro had Ooey Pooey playing in the right direction. They had looked the part. I could not believe they got doubled up tonight.
Wait a second.
This is a great comment from Cody too, by the way, because I sent you a screenshot of a text that Jared sent to me. I'm just now realizing that Jared was not watching this game. He was texting me during this game.
Unreal, man.
Wait a second here. I when I lost that Maryland game earlier in the year, what was that deficit? Who was that? That was Maryland and Canisius. Okay, that deficit was pretty bad. That was 71 points. That was a 71 point loss. So it's not my worst loss of the season. But I was getting 32 in that game. All right. Still got doubled up on the spread. But I think this is worse because if you told me Maryland could do that to Canisius, I'd be like, yeah, I could see that happening. Even though I took Canisius. I think this is the worst play of the season by us.
It could be. I mean, they literally got drilled from the get-go, like absolutely bent over, lubed up, annihilated, just destroyed. I mean,
you can't win.
Within the first minute, we were like,
you can't win.
Shout out to Courtney Phelps, first time watching live. Appreciate you. Unfucking believable. Yeah. Unfucking believable. Troy beats Georgia Southern by 7. Georgia Southern covers for me, no bet, but that's not the Sun Belt game we will talk about, but I still wonder who is the best team in the Sun Belt.
Arkansas State.
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose after they have like 6 buys. I
guarantee
you.
Hodgson just got an extension, so he won't win.
Yeah, no way.
He'll be a high major coach in the offseason. Got the extension today.
I missed that extension. Good poll there. But yeah, that's a fade. Yeah.
Yep. Him and who else got an extension today? Oh fuck! It was another mid-major guy. It'll come to me.
Yeah, not sure, but Central Connecticut State 63, Long Island 50. Peter Luger's was not rocking.
It's over.
No. Hold on. I need to talk about this one. Okay, Terrell Strickland comes back, right? How does that happen?
They were down 24 at one point.
No. But two big players for them didn't play today. How do you get the guy that was out and 2 key players not play for them without any intel? There was no game time. I didn't see an injury report on this. I see injury reports on all college basketball. I had no idea that 2 guys, and maybe they lose that game. They didn't look good, so maybe you're right. But kind of it makes you wonder why they were that big of a dog at home. Somebody knew. Considering considering they beat them the first time on the road, you would think maybe it would be a little more even. But would have been nice to know that information. Would have been nice to know that.
Who didn't play?
We had it was
because I see Malachi Davis checked in. I mean, he only played 20 minutes. Maybe he got hurt during the game.
No. Fuller,
Terrell,
right? No, Fuller played, right?
Fuller played. Lasso played. He's another starter for him. And Terrell came off the bench, but he played 31 minutes. I think that's
no. Hang on.
4 on the team here.
Shepard. No, he played 6 minutes. Weird.
It's over.
Yeah.
No excuse. I'm all over Colby here. No.
I'm telling you, I got
team is over. Ever since they cut the cord, they've lost 3 straight. We raided that place. They're part of the investigation. Lucas is going out of business. It's finally come down and crashed. This shit is fucking over. The Sharks are back to being the fucking Sharks.
Steele didn't play.
No. He's saying. I thought he was saying Steele as in maybe Travis Steele Mac because Hodgson Steele.
They were down 30. They were down 30 at home. They were down 54-27 with 8 minutes left in this game. I was like, good.
They were shorthanded. They were talking about this.
Mac,
I had this on the main. Yeah.
Mac, was Travis Steele the other one that got an extension here? Is that what Cash Action was talking about?
Oh, it was Steele at Miami of Ohio. Yeah, good call. So they're fades. Sorry, Steele.
Jason Steele's been out for LIU for like a week. So he's not a huge contributor to this team. So
they're losing out.
There's 2 guys out. They talked about this because I heard did you guys catch this whole game? Did you see Strickland's interview at the end?
Well, I had no volume because I was watching on ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I got tagged in this shit. I'm an insider. I'm a beat reporter here for Long Island. So I got tagged
you're the
in
biggest
this shit.
personality that follows their team.
I saw the guy that dresses up like the Shark get interviewed on the sideline.
I did see that too. Yeah.
Look at this slapdick.
No, they had 2 guys, and then Strickland played.
Yeah.
Which once again, he wasn't even a game time decision yesterday.
So like. Jason Steele hasn't played in an entire. He didn't play a single minute during the month of January. They've been without him for quite a bit. Like, I don't know.
It's over.
Yeah,
it was a good run. They were 6-0.
They got drilled tonight. It is what it is.
Central Connecticut is light years better than them.
They are.
I disagree. I strongly disagree. Strongly disagree. You know what it is? Is they got Terrell Strickland back and he played, when you get the injured guy back, it's been out for a while. It throws off the rhythm of the team. I do not believe that Central Connecticut State is a much better team than Long Island. Do not. We won at your little shitty New Britain. You guys came down to the Sharks nest and won.
30.
It's okay. We'll see. We're seeing the third one.
I'll let you know. Just saying, probably something to watch. Your beloved Sharks' best player, Malachi Davis, has only played a combined 37 minutes in the last 2 games. Whether that's injury or foul trouble, I have no idea. But
yeah. I don't know. Check Strick's comments.
What did he say?
He was just saying like we've been banged up. Like I don't understand how you interview the losing coach at like mid court. Like what is he gonna give you? What is he gonna give you? I'd be like, get the fuck out of my face. But yeah, that did happen. And they're not healthy.
You ready for Saturday's line? LIU -2.5 at Chicago State's going to be the line.
Smash play on Long Island.
Money line.
No, Gillian's not going to lose to his team. Gillian is not going to lose to his team.
They're bad. They're bad on these second games because Strickland is not a good coach.
Gillian is assistant. He knows the Chicago State. He
The-
knows that
The
roster.
cocktail napkins got it at 2.5 too. So
Yeah, I can already. Come on, LIU, they're losing out.
Jeff Sharp, you can't score 50 at home and be too confident. I can be that confident because I think there's a strong chance that Long Island's one of these teams involved with the scandal.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A surprise, a school in Brooklyn involved in the scandal? Please. It's only been happening for 150 fucking years.
Bus broke down, you mean to tell me? Their bus broke down?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
It's our first
Mercyhurst.
battle on Saturday. Chicago State LIU, everybody. Get ready. What time's that game?
Oh.
2
You say
o'clock?
Saturday or Sunday? Is that Sunday or Saturday?
Saturday, 2 o'clock.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Lock that thing up. We got a battle. Mercyhurst, 62. St. Francis, 58. My guy, Bernie Blunt, again, after he was just completely shitting on Long Island the other night, goes for 22. Of course he does. We took Mercyhurst. I almost bet Mercyhurst. I was close. Didn't do it though. And then, just to let you know how my night's going, of course my Sharks fucking get destroyed. But my IUPUI play was, I thought it was the worst play. But IUPUI has been terrible. Remember they did like open tryouts in the middle of the season 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And like anyone want to be a part of this basketball team? We need some guys.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have expected that outcome as in the possibility, in the possibilities, but I did not have this in the possibilities. And I fucking hate this university. William and Mary, 55, Campbell, 96, a 41-point loss.
As a 1-point favorite. 1-point favorite, lose by 41. That might be the worst loss of the year, just in terms of how they just got annihilated from the beginning as a favorite.
I mean, I've always hated William and Mary, and now this happens the time I fucking take William and Mary.
What was my exact quote? I go, I'm fading you. You're way too confident in Bill Murray and you hate them.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, see what happens when Colby gives out a gender neutral pick.
That DEI crap's over.
Okay, this next game too. I want this next loss, which was a battle as well. I want this one investigated too. New Mexico State 61, Middle Tennessee 57. Okay, hang on here. Middle Tennessee's been fire at home over the past 2 or 3 seasons, right? Why was there 6 people at this fucking game? These are destroying my handicaps, man. These are destroying my fucking handicaps. This was ridiculous. Did you see this game? No one was at this game. You have a team that's in first place in the Conference USA, hosting New Mexico State, who's decent. They beat, won a tournament game in the past couple of years against UConn. Shout out to the UConn fans in the chat. What the fuck was this fan turnout? What? Paul's in the chat. He says 60 people were there.
Maybe. Him, like 60's generous to Paul Bucher's point. There was nobody there.
Was it raining or something? Was it pouring down rain? I don't understand how you have a first place team. I mean, this has been a team that last season was awesome at home. This year they'd been pretty damn good at home. Let me see if I can pull up that record here. Prior to tonight, they were 8-0 at home.
Yeah, New Mexico State's crowds have been shit. You know what I think it is? The more and more, it's this new league. Nobody's getting excited to watch New Mexico State, Middle Tennessee. Like, they missed the regionality of playing a Western. I mean, they still play Western Kentucky, but playing Lipscomb, playing Belmont, playing Murray State, playing Austin P. Like that. I think that excites the fan base. Playing New Mexico State. I mean, we like New Mexico State because we know the history of the program, but people in Murfreesboro don't give a fuck about New Mexico State, I think.
But dude, you're in first place.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good point.
Can-Am said it was pouring down hard. He lives about an hour away.
I mean,
This was like Furman 2.0 for me. I was expecting like a raucous crowd, even before the bet. Like, I mean, New Mexico State started out like up like 14-4 or something like that. I thought no big deal. But then I was like, why the fuck is there no people there? They're in first place. You're taking on a good team now. Maybe the regionality thing is a valid point, but still, they were in this conference last year, and I remember this place being kind of lit.
What were the games though? If it's like Western Kentucky, it's always lit. I mean, those two fucking hate each other.
Yeah,
I love it. What's that called again?
100 miles of hate. 100 miles of hate. Yeah,
it's a great. Fucking love those two teams. Yeah, man, we got to find a way to get like Murray, Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, Belmont, Austin Peay all in the same league. That would be fun.
They should join the SoCon.
Yeah, they could do that.
I think they would fit. They have ETSU, Chattanooga,
or the Sun Belt. I mean, they're right. I guess Conference USA is technically higher than those two, but not in basketball. Yeah. I'll take the SoCon over the fucking Conference USA.
I'll take the Conference USA over the Sun Belt in basketball, though.
Yes. Yeah.
I
was talking about Sun Belt from a regionality standpoint, or throw Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee in the Valley with Belmont and Murray. They'd be good fits there.
So we also ate shit on Morehead State as Tennessee Tech drilled them by 8 at Morehead. What the fuck?
Let's head tonight.
And how about my Bellarmine play?
Should have bet that.
I know. And they should have won on the fucking money line, but of course they lose by 9 in overtime. They were getting 9.5. It came this was almost investigated.
Dude, like there's something wrong with this Bellarmine team. Why could they not fucking win a game? And how did they almost not cover?
Unbelievable. And then the Dakota Marker game, North Dakota State gets shit on by South Dakota State by 10. Unbelievable. Yeah. Oscar Clough, 23 points, 15 boards, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Oscar Clough.
Are you shocked by this?
No,
I'm not either. I mean,
because this is just it's a heated rivalry. So sometimes you not as shocked by this.
Take the Bison when they. I was going to take whoever lost tonight in the second game. So I thought they would protect home court, but. Give Eric Henderson credit, man. He's doing a hell of a job there with the Jackrabbits. He needs to get a fucking Mountain West job.
Yeah. And our best call of the night, I believe, was Eastern Kentucky against Lipscomb. Double lock as they win outright 80-71. I watched this entire game. And I'm here to tell you, Lipscomb's not good, guys.
They're an analytics darling, is what they are. They're the analytics team. The reality is that there you got a bunch of staple white guys, and when the teams that are athletic and play hard, they bother them. The North Alabamas, the Queens, the Eastern Kentuckys. I still think Lipscomb's good. They may be the best team, but like it's a toss up in that league.
I don't think they're winning this shit this year. I don't think they're in the NCAA tournament. It's possible. It's possible because like when they're hot, they can be good. But like power rated, if I would take them as like 4th or 5th in the league. When I look at the guys,
no, they were like one of the biggest discrepancy like favorites, correct?
Yeah, and I jumped in to say Dylan Faulkner, an important starter, hasn't played the last 5 games, so. I don't know how much of a difference that even really makes because honestly, Eastern Kentucky hasn't been great this year. And during this stretch that Colby's talking about, Central Arkansas, Austin Peay, Bellarmine, that's kind of the bottom of the league, And then of course, North Alabama was in there as well, but I don't know. It's to Mac's point, are a metrics darling because they can just destroy some teams that don't belong on the same court as them. But
they shoot the shit out of it. But if you got some fucking athletes that can get in their ass, it bothers them.
The good news is Bellarmine and West Georgia are on deck.
there's no athletes on Bellarmine, so you don't have to worry about
Yeah.
that. And West Georgia, not very athletic either, or good. So that's not a good combo to start. Both
they'll bounce back. That's a nice. Okay, now back to our Sun Belt is the craziest, stupidest conference out there.
This is the most wildest double result I think I've seen in quite a while. To be honest,
it's this fucking conference, and this is not a this year thing. It's a fucking 5, 6, 7 year thing. ULM goes to Mobile, Alabama, where South Alabama has been fucking great this year. The worst team in the conference completes a sweep over maybe the best team in the conference in a 48-hour or 72-hour window. What the fuck was this?
Both of them wire to wire victories too. Like South Bama didn't even sniff the lead tonight, I don't think.
I think they got it. They got the lead one time with 4 minutes, and then they took it right back. But to Noah's point, they trailed by 13 in the second half. They were the better team. They led the entire way outside of like 30 seconds. Monroe had not won a game in league. Won a game in league play before Monday when they swept.
This is fascinating. I mean, this is a South Alabama team that almost knocked off TCU. This is a South Alabama team that at home had beaten Georgia State by 26. I'm sorry, that was on the road. On the road, won by 26 to Georgia State. Won by 29 at Georgia Southern. Won by 14 at home against Arkansas State, the top team in the league.
Keep going.
Beat Southern Miss by 13. Beat Troy, who's maybe the second best team in the league. What in the fuck is this?
They beat best KMU by 30 at home in the opener of the Sun Belt. Like what?
The best thing about this game too is that ULM only played 6 players.
I mean, I joked about how for whatever reason the revenge angles have not been getting across this year. This is the one that I thought, all right, they're gonna fuck them up. You've just lost as a 13-point favorite. Now you're a 17-point favorite. And you lose again.
Well, then whatever happened with Louisiana and Coach Marlin. This is a team that since that coaching change.
Yep.
Since that coaching change, when did that coaching change happen, Bieniek? Can you let me know when?
Late December.
It was after the opener.
Yeah.
So
it was before McNeese. I know that.
They beat App State and then they lost to McNeese. So they are 4-5.
But okay, beating Coastal Carolina by 3 in overtime, that's a shitty win, right?
Yeah.
They lost to Georgia State by 24. They lost to Old Dominion by double digits. They lost to Arkansas State by double digits. They lost to Texas State. This Texas State team by 15 in Lafayette at the Cajun Dome. They lost to a shitty Southern Miss team by 8 points. This team had been getting drilled by everybody.
They swept Monroe.
and both those games came down to like the final fucking minute.
Goes back to our South Alabama Monroe. Yeah. This shitty ass Louisiana team swept Monroe, and that's been their only wins other than Coastal.
So now they go on the road to San Marcos, which has been rocking this year, might I add. I let me just see how many times Texas State has lost conference games at home. I have a feeling this is their first loss in conference at home, and of course it is. Of course it is. You fucking losers. Louisiana goes into San Marcos and wins by 9. What the fuck was this?
This league's on crack.
I mean, what? I hate the Sun Belt. I hate next Thursday. Remind me to make like 3 wagers because I just don't understand this fucking conference. I don't understand this conference. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Mac, Rob's actually right here. They fired him after a win. After the App State win.
Yeah, after the opener. Yeah, it was after the opener when they beat App State, and then they played McNeese and lost.
I thought you counted the App State win in the trend. My fault.
No. I remember they fired him after the opener when he won. It was his last game. He went out a winner at least.
Glad I didn't join you on the lock here because I think you went and on this one. The Flamin' Libs went into Kennesaw, Georgia, and won by 8. Tough spot for Kennesaw after that nice performance on the road. Your thoughts?
Another Conference USA road team. I mean, home teams aren't getting across the finish line in CUSA right now.
And then, damn it, I wanted to bet this, but you went the other way, and it scared me off betting this. Southern Utah was getting 9.5 against UTA. UTA wins by 2 against the Thunderbirds. I picked it correctly, but I didn't bet this because I thought I don't know. Your thoughts?
Arlington's such a frustrating ass team, man. Would they lead by 11 at half and they just collapsed in the second half? Lucky to win.
And Tennessee State, I should have bet this. Beats Little Rock outright, 72-70. They were like 8-point dogs. How about the road spots? Yeah.
Bad week for Little Rock. What's Tennessee State now? They've won 4 in a row. We got to fade them. Can't win 5 in a row in the OVC. That's a rule.
We did lock up Tarleton State. Gillespie got his what was this 300 win, 400 win? What was it? Yeah.
400.
Yeah. Double lock on Tarleton and then double lock on Western Kentucky. This game was awesome. We knew it. We knew this one. All right. We have a little bit of knowledge. Did you catch any of these?
I watched Western Kentucky. Good win at home. Needed a desperate spot to get back in the race. So what is this Conference USA up to date now? We got Jack State, Ray Harper, baby, in solo first place at 6-2. We got Liberty, Middle Tennessee, New Mexico State, UTEP all at 5-3. Then we got the 4-4s, La Tech, Western Kentucky, Kennesaw. And then you got Sam Houston at 1-7 with FIU. What a league! Phoenix Jack State is solo possession of first place after 8 games.
No, but I established this league as there was going to be a shitload of chaos, and I was going to love it. This was
hold on. Is some of that? I'm looking at Jack State's upcoming schedule. The Flamin' Libs, Middle Tennessee, Western Kentucky, at Sam Houston, at La Tech. Home to New Mexico State, home to UTEP again, at Liberty. So I mean, that's a brutal. Like I know Sam Houston's been asked, but every team that's a tough schedule right there. I don't know. I mean, hopefully he can sustain it. That'd be a great story. But that is
he's already won at Western Kentucky. He's already won at UTEP and New Mexico State on all 3 on the road.
Yeah.
So but it is a little more challenging. It's nice to get FIU. Big one Saturday against Liberty.
Huge. UT Martin got drilled by SEMO. You didn't bet this, right?
No.
We did bet Western Illinois, and they fucking suck, dude. Good God.
What the fuck was that shit? How the fuck you get blown out at home by EIU?
In a rivalry game. You fucking losers. God. How about this upset? We were on SIU. They had a 15-point halftime lead, I think it was. Of course, they lose outright to the penitentiary. Shout out to Lindenwood. What was this? Today was insane. I'm sorry. Today was an insane day. I'm curious. Who did you think the best team in the Valley was coming into today?
Moorhead, but not by much. I might have said
it was SIU, man. I was like, I think SIU might be the best team. Watched the first half, and I was convinced. I was like, yeah, they are the best team in this conference. Yeah. Second half, no. They get outscored by like 30 in the second half. They lose. This was insane.
And now I look up, and SEMO's at 7-4 and 1 game back in first place. Where the fuck did SEMO come from? Have you seen the standings in this league? Oh, my God.
Well, I kind of anticipated this, but still hilarious. I can't believe we lost that game. I cannot believe we lost that fucking game. Next up, we did hit on Nebraska money line, 80-74, and shout out to ESPN. Technical difficulties in this Hawaii Santa Barbara game right now. Perfect, not Santa Barbara, Hawaii and San Diego game. As I have $200 riding on the fucking Tritons.
Here comes the voodoo.
This is too common. Why does it always happen in the final 10 minutes of the game?
It's always when it's covering time, and then all of a sudden, poof, lights go out. There you go. Technical difficulties over here. Welcome to the island.
Yes. Unbelievable. How about Nebraska, though, hitting for us there as Bryce Williams was a fucking dog tonight. I thought we might shit the bed late, but we got it done.
Yeah, I mean, Nebraska needed that game like blood. They've been playing good. They got back to defending their identity. They got a big road trip coming up at Oregon and Washington. They need to get back to around 500 in league play if they want to go to the dance.
Yes, and huge win there. Glad we could hit that. Save me some. I mean, I still had a fucking horrible night, but part of that is because we thought IPFW was good, and the greatest team in college basketball is Cleveland State.
I'm done betting against this team.
Dude, when are they going to lose next? I was looking at their schedule, and I'm like, at Northern Kentucky, home to Milwaukee, home to Robert Morris potentially, home to Youngstown, at Detroit, at Oakland, maybe, at Wright State, no. This team, this was I think we need to start considering a 23-7 season. I'm sorry, a 24-6 season from Cleveland State. It's in the realm of possibility right now.
I can't wait for next week when Cleveland State's like -3 against Northern Kentucky, because all Northern Kentucky does is catch these crazy numbers. And Northern Kentucky will be heading in on like a 7-game losing streak. And Cleveland State will be headed in on like a 12-game win streak.
Dude, Dylan Arnett tonight.
Yeah.
15 points, 15 boards. Whew. Fucking Moses Malone 2.0 right there.
Danielle Robinson, man. Shout out to him. Doing a great job there.
Yeah. And then, okay. Good God. Bieniek, we need you here. All right. By the way, San Diego covers. All right. My night's getting a little bit better. It's getting a little bit better.
Hawaii sucks.
Bieniek.
Yeah.
We all triple locked UMKC at Denver. Denver won a buzzer beater by their guard missing a free throw and getting the offensive rebound and laying it up. I don't know that I've ever seen. I don't know that I've ever seen.
Not able to get up on the glass and rebound.
Arkansas. They pulled the Arkansas this year against who was it? Georgia. Remember when Theo he missed the free throw, tipped it in for the cover?
No, this was not this was not a friendly bounce back to the shooter either. This was just a missed free throw, and everybody boxed out just the lane, but no one boxed out the basketball. So it just went perfectly to the guard, and he lays it up and wins at the buzzer. Of course, I thought this game was going to go to overtime, and I thought we would win it in overtime because Denver sucks. But no, what the fuck was this? Fuck you, Summit League. What was this? Mac, your thoughts?
Summit League, we ate a bunch of shit here tonight too. It was a bad night.
Fuck these Thursdays. These Thursdays are brutal.
Yeah. Man, UMKC's had it tough. How many 1 possession, 2 possession losses in a row now? 5, 6? God damn.
Denver's terrible. You can't lose this game. You cannot lose this game.
They suck ass.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, five 2 possession losses in a row here.
At least we hit on the Montana Grizzlies. 92-78, double lock on the Grizz. And then, why didn't I bet this fucking game? Idaho destroys Weber State like we knew. Did you bet Weber?
Yeah.
I'd love to know how much money you've lost on Weber this year.
What a just clown program this is. Like,
You
can't beat Idaho at home. You can't beat Idaho.
You have to check your tally site for Weber, please.
I think he's hit one time. I think he's hit one fucking time on Weber all year.
I faded him against the Montanas at least. At least I was smart enough to fade him at the Montanas. Oh my god.
Idaho State did cover Eastern Washington's 7, and they won by 8. You were on top of that one. Now we had Tulane plus, what was it, 6.5? I think. Of course, they lost by 8. No, they lost by 12. They lost by 12.
Right side.
Yeah.
I mean, when did Memphis take their first double-digit lead?
Like very late. I know that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-point game the entire way. Tulane fucking. I feel like Tulane had the lead.
You can't shoot,
man.
You can't shoot 4 for 24 from 3 at home and then shoot 59% from the free throw line at home. That's why you lost the fucking game.
Yeah, Ron Hunter was dancing too much.
Unbelievable. L. Ron Hunter killing us there. And then Montana State did cover the 11.5. They won by 12 against Sac State.
Yeah.
Cal Poly drills Bakersfield. I was on that, just didn't bet it. LMU drilled Portland. Glad you talked me off betting that. And then this one here, we had Santa Barbara. Of course, I felt like with 2 minutes left, we were going to win this game.
Yeah, great game.
Yeah, this was a good watch. Big West is the best. Northridge down the stretch makes the plays. Man, Northridge is good. They're a good team, man. When I watched them, they passed the eye test. Yeah,
that's a good coach.
Yeah, and then maybe our second best play of the night was Long Beach State getting a ridiculous number. Terrible execution down the stretch. The game goes to overtime. Irvine wins by 5. Big West is the best. It's the only thing I love my Thursdays for is watching a bunch of the big West action. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, you should just not bet till 10 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays. Just take off the first 3 hours. They come in hot at 10 o'clock on these Big West games. But yeah, I want to kind of go more into Northridge a little bit. I mean, Andy Newman, year number 2 last year, I thought they overachieved, and then this year they're sitting at what are they, 6-3 in the league now?
14-7. It's the way they have looked too. Like I actually think they're better than their record.
Yeah, I mean they're them and Davis are in 4th. Riverside sitting at 7-3. Barbara's at 5-5. That's a disappointment. Barbara's got a better roster than Northridge.
Yeah, agreed.
Pasternak hasn't done a very good job over there.
They got a better NIL collective too. Hey, how about this one? Pacific 70, Washington State 68. Unbelievable. Twice? You got swept by Pacific?
Wazoo sucks.
This is ridiculous.
Welcome to the WCC, Wazoo.
Wazoo's they play up to their competition. They play down to their competition. They're kind of a clown team. The more and more I watch them, they get in a fight every game. It's just like every fucking game I'm watching this team, they're in a dust up, and I'm like, can you guys just play fucking basketball for once? It's the big kid. He's always stirring shit up.
Very similar. I mean, we hit this. We were on Pacific, but I'm saying it's very similar to football. They start off hot and looking really good, and then down the stretch, they just look like shit down the stretch. Like you should not be okay. The first Pacific game, okay, lightning strikes sometimes, but what is this? You can't go to this fucking game. There was no one at this game.
Yeah. Can't get swept by fucking.
Yes, agreed. Unbelievable. We bet on Steve Lavin. That was a mistake.
He got to go.
They gave up 100 to Pepperdine. What?
He got to go. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah,
Axe.
I agree.
Sorry.
And then I actually bet this late too because I was having a shitty day and I was like, I got to make up some money here. It was chalky, but I still jumped on Riverside -5, and of course they only win by 2. But Riverside, hey, just to survive this, it's a shame that Long Beach didn't knock off Irvine because they could have really used that. But Riverside wins at home again. Your thoughts on this one? Did you bet, Davis?
I did, and I thought they should have won. They were the better team, in my opinion.
Riverside, two games in a row, they kind of have stole wins. Bakersfield and Davis. Yeah.
Yep. Down 3 with 30 seconds to go. They pulled this one out of their ass, but good win for Riverside.
Yeah. How about your Cal Baptist squad?
I fucking hate them.
Dominating performance against Abilene. And then we double locked Oregon. Oregon gets destroyed by UCLA. UCLA, watch out right now, man. They are fucking balling right now. They get Sparty next.
Yeah, they're gonna beat Sparty.
Is that Monday, Tuesday? What is that? I feel like
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just have found something with the big fella, Mara, and then Daly at the 4 spot. I mean, it's taken a minute, but they're finally good defensively again. Oregon has really taken it on the chin over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, what happened? Remember when they beat Bama in Vegas?
Yeah.
What happened to this Oregon team?
I don't know. They're 5-5 now in league play. They've hit a little bit of a wall. Can't lose at Minnesota.
Yeah. Even though the barn is lit. But
always.
Hey, I actually, when I started this show, I doubled up on Grand Canyon and the Tritons of San Diego. So I lost the initial bet on Grand Canyon, but when they were down at half, I did live bet that fucking thing. So I actually it's not as bad as a night as I thought, but it's still a bad night. I'm still in the red severely. But Grand Canyon does outscore Seattle by 14 in the second half. Place was lit. There's still a disappointment to me because they should have won this by 20. Your thoughts on Grand Canyon taking down Seattle by 9?
Yeah, they kind of sucked tonight. Went through the motions, got it done. But yeah, what have they have won like 11 out of 12. They are by far the best team in this league. Now they get Utah. We missed the look ahead spot. They got Utah Valley on Saturday for first place.
Yeah. I saw them. Utah Valley's been promoting that game pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So
they beat Utah Valley won the first game. It was a crazy game. I think Grand Canyon's going to fuck them up on Saturday.
Kelly saying Grand Canyon 2-11 ATS this year. Whew.
That math doesn't add up.
Yeah. Didn't they play way more games though?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
They're 16-5 overall. That's like Julio's numbers. Remember he said Ohio 16-0 at home ATS. I go, they've only played 6 home games. How are they 16-0
over the last 3 years?
All right. Is that the last 13 games? Maybe is that what you're referring to? Could be maybe the last 13 games. And then the nightcap double lock. These Tritons were down early, and I was convinced that I was going to have just. They were down at the half, but they get it done 74-63. Any chance we see UC San Diego? I guess this is a dumb question, but in the NCAA tournament, because I think they could be a dangerous team if they got in. I think Irvine's still the team that if I had to place a wager, will get there. But UC San Diego, UC Riverside, Northridge, Santa Barbara, for all I know, could make a run. I don't think they will, but I think from a talent perspective, they're in that mix. I'm really impressed with UC San Diego and how fast they've been on the come up. Yeah.
I love them. Are they eligible though?
That's right. They're not. They're They're not. They have one more year, right?
I think so. I got.
That's such a dumb fucking rule.
Yeah.
Let's ruin people's happiness for some stupid fucking reason. They
are
fix
eligible. They are.
They
eligible.
are.
This is their 5th year. This is their first year eligible. So
thank God.
And they're currently 50. They're currently 52nd in the net. So
dude, they're a good basketball team, man.
They ain't gonna make it, man. This is Indiana State and Drake all over again. It's only gonna be one.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably only going to be one because they'll cannibalize each other. And I mean, UC San Diego's 1-2 against quad 1 and quad 2, so that'll go against them because they just didn't get many opportunities. But yeah, I mean, they can't fall in one of those potholes. There's 4 Q4 games left. Davis, Hawaii, Fullerton, and Long Beach State. At Irvine is a huge game for both teams. Irvine 50th in the net. And then they need the win at Northridge, as that's currently a Q2 game. So, yeah. Currently in squarely on the bubble. So, in the conversation, but I think they're on the outside looking in slightly.
All right, folks. We're going to get to game balls, but before I do that, I want to let you know that the college basketball experience is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Pick'em has some of the biggest menus in all of sports. And Underdog's always making it easier to win with profit boosted gimme pick'ems. They got college hoops. They got everything else too. NFL, MMA, college football, CFL, UFL, NBA, NASCAR, MLB. You can now use specials to boost on all flex entries as well. So sign up, and when you do, sign up with the promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick list. First time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code TCESGPN. I am looking at tomorrow's slate right now. Thomas Sorber, higher or lower? 26.5 points, rebounds, assist, Mac, as they take on the Butler Bulldogs.
I'll answer for Mac, and I'll go higher.
There we go. He's been ball. He's a reason why there's optimism around the program. How about the likes of? Let's jump over to the rivalry game.
Which one?
Indiana and Purdue. This weekend they're just loaded up. What about Fletcher Lawyer? Higher or lower? 1.5 3-pointers made. I would say higher, right?
I don't know. He's a very streaky player. Hold on. Let's see here. I mean, he launched 10 last game against Michigan. So
in a rivalry game at home.
Yeah, last year against Indiana, how'd he do? He only hit 1 in that game, and then he went 4 for 4 in the other one. Like I said, streaky player.
I'm taking the higher on this one. Let's take the fucking higher on this one. But that's part of the edge that's great about Underdog Fantasy that you can't get elsewhere. So use our promo code TCESGPN. Not only will it help us out, but also you're going to get a first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash, and you get to claim a special pick. Let's go. Get on over there. Use that promo code TCESGPN at UnderdogFantasy.com. Shout out to Cannabis Capper, who's been doing great work with his content on all those underdog plays. He's been killing it. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, SGPN's partner. Rhythm is the #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds. You can build your own model, or you can copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or have Rhythm build you a model for you. There's obviously the college basketball season is heating up, and Rhythm is a competitive edge that you will need with their data-driven predictions for every single NCAA men's college basketball game. You'll be more prepared to bet men's college basketball than you ever have before. Claim your free 7-day trial period today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. All right, game balls, my friend. Where are you going first? Yeah.
UL Monroe is getting my first game.
Amen.
Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, by far. I think that's probably the most deserving one. Maybe because Robert Morris is a machine. You win by 53 points against a conference foe. And not only that, you win your what, 6th straight game, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they've won what? I think 7 of 8. This team's on fire right now. They did lose to Detroit, and I want you to know that. Give me a game ball for Bob Morris. Where are you going game ball to?
Pacific. They complete the sweep over Watson.
Unbelievable.
The fuck is going on in this world?
Unbelievable. Yeah, great game ball. Second game ball, Denver. What the fuck? You were terrible all year. Now you've won 2 games in a row. Taking down Oral Roberts in Tulsa, outright as a heavy dog. And now the Kangaroos, which were a fucking good team this year, I think, at least on paper. Unbelievable. Where are you going next?
Let's go NJIT. Roll by 20. What the
Definitely.
fuck?
Definitely.
What the fuck? 10-point dog win by 20. Shout out to NJIT. Oh my God.
Unbelievable. And the final game ball for me will be I mean, there's a solid amount of candidates still.
There's a ton.
I'm gonna go with Eastern Kentucky going into Lipscomb as a double-digit dog and winning outright. Give me these Colonels. You lost to fucking Stetson on like a 70-footer the other day, but hey, you've won 2 in a row now as dogs, I believe, or 2 in a row at least that we bet on. Give me a game ball for EKU. All right. Those are our game balls. Let's jump into tomorrow's action. And I Saturday, between today and tomorrow and Sunday, the amount of awesome rivalry games. And you know, some of them are like drama, whether it's Duke Carolina, we get on Saturday, but we also get a bunch of great rivalry games. And then you get like Calipari back in Kentucky, which I know Arkansas, Kentucky is not like a rivalry game, but it kind of counts as a rivalry game for this particular matchup, which happens on Saturday. Yale is at Princeton. This is a rivalry game. At the for a first place on the line, Jadwin Gymnasium. Yale is laying 2.5. The over under at 147. And I am on these Princeton Tigers. Lock it up. Play that money line plus 130. I think this is going to be lit, by the way. I think this will be lit. Yeah.
5 o'clock, right to start the weekend. Love Princeton here. They lost their last home game, had a week off, a rare home game. And I think that they're going to get it done here and even this up. So give me Xavier Lee and company to get this done. Let's go Princeton.
Double lock. Do we have a triple lock, Bieniek?
I'm checking something. And yeah, what I've checked is what I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna lock battle you guys.
Woo! Okay. All right. Let's go. We got a battle at Princeton. Mac, Dundee on the Tigers. Bieniek on the Dogs.
Yale is 11-3 straight up in the last 14 meetings between these two teams. I think they've got more depth than Princeton. Like, yeah, Princeton's got a couple of stars in Xavier Lee and Caden Pierce. But I think Yale typically runs this rivalry, and it has in the last half decade here. And I think James Jones has Henderson's number. So I'm going to go with that. Princeton has won the last 2 in New Jersey, but I like Yale in this one. Cocktail Napkins got it at 5.
Wow. See you tomorrow. ESPN2 is covering that game, by the way. Nationally televised. You got to love it. Next up, the Butler Bulldogs are heading to DC to take on Georgetown. Georgetown, I'm seeing this line's moved to half a point. Georgetown's laid at 3.5 now. Give me Georgetown minus 3.5. Fuck Butler. What are you doing here, Mac?
Yeah, I think Georgetown got humbled by the veteran St. John's team. I think back-to-back home spot. They split this homestand and they win by 6 to 10 here. Give me Georgetown, lock it up. Sorber gets back on track.
Double lock on these Hoyas. And now we got the Battle of Western New York. Niagara heading to Canisius. Niagara laying 4. I see 4.5 now. Canisius is 2.
Up.
What's that?
This is going up?
Yeah. Unbelievable. Canisius is 2-18. But they've only lost 2 in a row. So they Niagara's lost 5 in a row and they're 0-9 on the road.
Yep.
This game's hilarious.
I love Canisius here, guys.
Really? I was going to take Niagara.
Purple Eagles on the road, like Colby already said, they're winless. And also, Canisius, the one thing they do well, they're the number 1 3-point shooting team in the conference. And Niagara, they are like bottom 4 in defending the perimeter. Cocktail Napkins got Canisius as just +1, so I think there's plenty of value here with a 2-18 team. I like this quite a bit.
Wow. Max, should we battle? I look at like Niagara as they played on the road at Manhattan. They lost by 7, but that was really like a 1 possession game. They lost at Fairfield by 4. You know, they lost at the Mounts by I think it was 5. I know 6. But they beat the fucking Long Island Shocks earlier in the year, so they're certified good.
I like Canisius.
Certified.
I think I'm getting the better coach. I like Jim Christian over Greg Pauls.
Let's ride, Mac.
Oh, I'm debating whether I want to lock this.
Oh, I thought this was one of those days where it was like you don't even have to say, you're just locking the entire board. There's only 14 games.
Yeah, I'll lock it. Why not? Let's go.
Jefferson, we all got blitzed last night, dude.
Yeah. I mean, we've been talking about an hour and a half how we got our ass kicked.
Jefferson.
Guys, let's make this fun. Big battle of Western New York. Fuck you. Battle. Dundee on these Purple Eagles. Mac. Bieniek on these Golden Grips.
The orange, baby.
All right. Speaking of the Mount St. Mary's is heading to North Andover, Massachusetts. Take on these Merrimack Warriors. Come out and play. Merrimack's laying 7.5. I think we should bet the Mount.
So what do we got? With Merrimack, they're 8-1 so far in league play.
I'm betting Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, I think the Mount's right side. I'm just looking what the Mount's coming off.
This is like a 340 money line too, or something like that. 330 money line. It's worth a sprinkle.
I'm with you. I'm on the Mount. I'm on the Mount with you.
Double lock. The Dayton Flyers are heading to St. Louis, where these Billikens are starting to come together as a team. How could you say that, Dundee? They've only won 1 in a row. They're just healthier. They're healthier than they've been all year. And they're 11-1 at home, while Dayton's 1-3 on the road. I'm going to take St. Louis minus 1.5. I don't love the play because I do think Dayton's actually, you know what? Dayton's kind of a fake Dayton to me. I was diving into this earlier. They're normally an elite defensive team. They're not this year. They're kind of like Rutgers to me, like where you're banking on the history. Give me these Billikens to get it done. What are you doing here?
To your point though, they do have the second best defensive turnover rate in the conference, and St. Louis is pretty loose with the ball. So,
but
that's what.
If your defense is not that good on the road, that's where they've had issues, man.
I looked into this matchup. This was on my short list from the cocktail napkin. It likes the Billikens. I don't know if the matchup is like great though. Mac, what are your thoughts?
I am locking up Dayton. I think that veteran group will get off the mat after getting embarrassed earlier in the week, and I think the VCU game took a lot out of the Billikens. I'll take Dayton to split the road trip here.
We got a battle in St. Louis. Dundee on the Billikens. Mac on the Flyers. St. Peter's is heading into Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Take on the moving company known as Ryder. Peacocks are laying 1.5. This might be the hardest game to bet. I think Peters is better.
I do too.
I will lay the 1.5. Yeah. What are you doing here?
Peters is the one that's playing better basketball, in my opinion. They started what would they start in league play? 1-5 or 1-0-4. They've been better away from home, which is weird. Yeah, I'm gonna take St. Peter's. Probably will bet it. Let's go.
Yeah, we're betting it. There's only 14 games.
St. Peter's.
Bet away. Bet away. Harvard is at Columbia, and Harvard is catching 5.5 points. I was considering betting the money line on this. I know Harvard's ass this year.
What happened to Columbia? They're 0-4 in league play.
That's what I'm saying. They've lost 5 straight. Give me Harvard plus the 5.5. I might sprinkle the money line here.
I think I'm gonna take Columbia. I think Columbia gets up here. Let's do a battle.
All right, let's go. Where the hell's that music again? Here we go. Mac on the Lions. Dundee on the Crimson. All right, Iona heading to the Bronx, the South Bronx, to take on Manhattan. Manhattan is catching 1.
What are we doing, Bieniek?
I kind of had a fringe play here. The napkin likes Manhattan -1.5.
Which is why I'll take which is why I will take Iona. I will lay the 1.
Tobin can't win 4 in a row. He's got to be 500.
I will take Iona. What are you doing here, man?
Iona's all of a sudden going to win 4 in a row. Get back into this race, baby. Tobin time.
I love it. Let's go. Tobin proves his value. To get hot. We're getting closer to March where he heats up. Yeah, Linden. I don't know. I think it was turned up a little bit. I don't know. I unplugged everything because I was having issues.
Linden's been hating the entire show. Don't worry. He was the one that was talking shit during the gambling portion. Then he said, "This show must be sponsored by FanDuel because of these picks."
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Thanks for sticking around for an hour and 39 minutes to listen to these picks.
Yeah, we won. You lost.
Yeah. Thank you, though. Please come back tomorrow for more losers. More losers will be on the slate tomorrow.
He probably doesn't like that we're drinking either.
Yeah. You know, he's one of the youth, I bet. You know,
Snowflake Island over there.
Mm-hmm. It's just what can we offend with? How about the we'll have one in a minute here. Brown is at Penn. Penn is catching 1.5 at the Palestra.
This line stinks.
Give me Penn. Let's go.
Penn's a good ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so what's Brown? What's Brown? They're coming off the Dartmouth. They just lost at fucking home.
Look at this. Brown is his favorite lock to tomorrow. Says Spoons bets. Mike Martin owns Donahue.
Yeah, Mike Martin does. They are a lot of familiarity here. I think I'm going against Spoons. I think I'm going to take Penn.
I'm taking Penn too. Let's go.
Let's try Donahue.
Yeah. Double lock on these Quakers. Shout out to John. Yeah. You know, that's the beauty of it. I don't give a fuck what you call me. You're watching the show. You're watching the show. We're happy at that. We're happy at that. But if he is maybe one of the younger ones, Dartmouth, the Indians are heading to Ithaca to take on the Big Red. Cornell is laying 10.5. It's a big number in the Ivy. It's a big number in the Ivy.
These numbers are hard.
Give me fucking Dartmouth to stay within 10.5.
I think we got to. I mean, shouldn't we fade Cornell coming off the what's it called? The Princeton win?
I mean, Dartmouth just won too.
Who'd they beat?
Brown, right? Yeah.
10.5 is a lot of points.
I have I got to take the points.
Yeah, Dartmouth. Dartmouth.
Yeah, let's go. Fucking Dartmouth, the Indians plus 10.5. Let's ride. Fairfield is in Hamden, Connecticut, taking on the aqueduct known as Quinnipiac. This line is not accurate. Quinnipiac's laying 11.5. This is ridiculous. Stop it. Fairfield. Lock. Shut the fuck up with this. Sprinkle the money line. Sprinkle that plus 550 money line. Who do you think you are, Quinnipiac? Fairfield won this last matchup 85-81.
Is that Quinnipiac's only loss? No, they lost to Marist. Yeah, I love Fairfield here, getting the 11.5 big number. You know me, man. I like to fade Quinnipiac.
Bieniek?
Lock battle. I'm getting a home team in Quinnipiac, who's a pretty balanced squad, and Fairfield second to last defense in the Ivy League on a Friday night. I'll take it. Napkin loves it cautiously. Minus 18. Biggest edge of the night. So I got to jump in.
That fucking Napkin.
What the fuck is that? We got a battle. Bieniek on the Cats. Mac, Dundee saying God loves Stags.
Look at what Quinnipiac has been doing to some of these teams. They're running it up. So
this is an in-state battle.
Give me the Bobs.
They beat Rider by 11.
They lost to Central Connecticut State this year. They only beat fucking Sacred
on
Heart
the road
by 10. I'm just saying these Connecticut teams. Fairfield's located in Connecticut. This
is at home.
A rivalry game.
Good environment.
Let's go. Personally, I think this is going to be the best game tomorrow. I am most excited to watch this game. Yeah, there we go. Shout out to that. Indiana Purdue is a great rivalry. I want to watch that as well. I love that rivalry, but I think that's going to be a bloodbath potentially. This game fucking delivers often. Yeah. Akron is in Kent, Ohio, taking on Kent State. Akron has won how many in a row now? I got him, and I also got a DM. Let me see if I can quickly give this guy a shout out.
While you're looking, remember this is the fucking rematch of the championship game where Kent fouled. Remember, they fucking came all the way back. The guy forgot to score. Akron was able to win the tournament. The year before that, Kent beat Akron in the final. These two very, very, very familiar with one another.
Yeah, Kent State was an 8 seed. They had that big run in the MAC tournament last year. And the year before, they were like both top 3 seeds or something like that. And then after, I believe it was after Kent won, one of the players was Instagram live streaming. And
I remember that.
Tremendous content after that video. So
fuck Kent State, or was it fuck Akron?
Fuck Akron. Fuck it was just a nice little study.
They fucking suspended him for that. I was like, why? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Oh, it was tremendous.
I don't know why my shit is taking forever to load. I can't. I'm sorry. My Twitter is not loading fast enough. But
technology, not your
yeah. I also think my phone is slightly overheating because it's been on for a couple hours. Wait, I think I got it here. Shout out to Pearl Jam for so he's got Akron going to the Sweet 16. He told me to load up now, which is why I will take Kent State -1.5 and lock it up. That's not the main reason why. I liked Kent State before he messaged me that. But the fact that Kent State has been rolling. I'm sorry, Akron's been rolling. And they ruined Kent State's season a year ago. I love Kent in this spot. Mac, what are you doing here?
Oh, I love Kent. Kent has found something over the last couple of weeks. Starting to make some shots. You know me. I love me some Rob Sender off. Kent all day. Favorite play of the day.
Double lock on these golden flashes.
Going down tomorrow, baby.
Do we want to play this video or not?
Sure.
This is a great video.
We'll get censored, but I don't think it's copyright. I mean, why the fuck would it be copyrighted?
Fuck Akron. No, my buddy. I don't like the niggas. Word to my dad. I don't like the niggas, bro. Fucking sense. Akron never shit. I'm from Akron. Fuck
Fuck Ali Ali. Is that what he said? Fuck Ali Ali in there?
Fuck Ali Ali.
Oh, that's great.
2, fuck number 4. I know my fucking body. I don't like them niggas. Where did my mother is? Fuck Akron.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good.
Why should they be suspended for that? That is
why. Who cares?
That's sport. That's sport. Ali Ali was a beast for Akron too. So I mean, I love that they're throwing that in there. Yeah, great content. This rivalry is great. I can't wait. This is honestly the game I want to see most.
They're
the whole fucking day.
They legitimately hate each other. It's not a stage rivalry. They fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
Although the coaches are really good friends. We'll say that the coaches are good friends. Senderoff and Gross. They golf together.
Yeah.
Next up, we have, I think the one that everyone will be circling. Mike Woodson loses. Google him. I mean, this game, I love this rivalry because this is a perfect example of why I love college sports. You have Purdue goes to the national championship last year in basketball, and Indiana says, we're throwing in a bunch of fucking money. Let's go get a roster. Right. This also happened. I was reading an article on Indiana's football fundraising over. It wasn't just Signetti. They had kind of put this thing intact a couple of years ago, and they were just figuring out how to approach it. They hired this firm to study schedules and shit. When Purdue went to the championship game with Jeff Brom, Indiana got their shit together. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Purdue's in the goddamn Big Ten championship. So they hire this firm to study how they can become better at football and scheduling. And it was fascinating to me that they did they had this search group or whatever for their hire, and also some company to break down how to be more successful at football, because Purdue is dominating. And this is what's great about college sports. It's like, I love the fact that you just have your alums and you're like, hey, we can be the best fucking team, or we can go beat these bastards. It's capitalism at its finest. And that's what makes this rivalry fun. I do expect them to fire Mike Woodson after the season. This is a big ass number for a rivalry game. I think the very easy side is to lay the 12.5, which makes me want to take Indiana plus the 12.5. But I just can't get there. I tried to get there. I could see this as like a 9-10 point game, but I don't see Purdue losing this game. I'm actually going to lay it, even though it's chalky as fuck. I feel like everyone I talked to is on Purdue minus the points. Mac, what are you doing here?
So yeah, I mean, this is throw out the records. This is going to be a hostile environment. The big Friday Fox game. Purdue has not played since they undressed Michigan and completely embarrassed them.
Indiana hasn't played in a week either.
Yeah, they played on Sunday after dropping a home game. They've lost 4 out of 5. I am going to lock up Mike Woodson and the Indiana Hoosiers, and I actually think they're going to be live in this game. I think Purdue wins by 3. I think this is Indiana's best game of the year. They meet the moment when everybody's counting them out, just like at Ohio State. And I think Indiana fights. Everybody's going to be on Purdue. Give me Indiana. Let's go. They won there 2 years ago.
I think if you're looking for Indiana, you play the money line first half.
It's yeah. I mean, they're 6-1 for the game. What are they in the first half? 4-1. I'll be on Indiana first half for sure on the pregame show.
Bieniek, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm locking Purdue. I don't think it was much of a question for a lot of people. I think the week off helps Purdue rather than I think it hurts Indiana more. They've lost 4 out of 5. They've just had to stew in this negative energy that they've been surrounded with, and all going towards this Purdue game, right? And last year, typically this rivalry, either Indiana has the hand up and Purdue is really scrappy, or the teams are pretty even most of the time. Last year, the teams were not even when it came to talent and whatnot. The lines were pretty inflated, right? Purdue went out, they stomped them both games. 20-point win, 21-point win. Didn't matter if it was at Assembly or at Mackey. I just think that Mackey's going to carry them to a double-digit win here. Give me Matt Painter over Mike Woodson. Give me this tremendous backcourt of Purdue's that's now playing pretty scrappy defense against Indiana, one of the worst offenses in the Big Ten. I think this is a 20-point win.
I'm with Bieniek. I got it as 80-65. Maybe 75-60. Something like that. 15-point win. Mac on the Hoosiers. And Jeff.
Indiana outright tomorrow. They're going to shock the world here in the standalone game. Let's go, Mike Woodson. Fight for your job, buddy.
Yeah. Jeff, these guys would bet which flies first off the screen door. You're goddamn right. I'll tell you a great story we would do at ECU, and maybe I can inspire the youth to do this. You order 2 pizzas, one from each company, and you gamble on which gets to the house first. Yeah. A lot of fun. We did that all the time. We did that all the fucking time. And we would tell the person, like on the phone, this is back in the day when you would use the phone to order pizza. You would say, if you get here, there's a good tip for you. So you're just sitting there unless you got some inside source. I do think one time there was one of our friends that knew someone tipped him off
as a former pizza delivery man. You are sitting there stewing, waiting for that pizza to get out of the oven. and then you are flooring it to that place. 100%.
Yeah, pizza slice roulette. Credit card roulette's a motherfucker too, man. Ask Patty C about that. Me and Patty C walk into a bar with all of our friends, been there for like fucking 8 hours. We walk in, we're late. We do like two drinks. We do credit card roulette. Patty C pays for like a $900 tab. Fucking hilarious. The guy's there 20 minutes, pays for a $900 tab.
When you play baseball with a roster that's 75% Hispanic, right? These guys come up with plenty of dugout games. One of them was maniacal. He would create his own sunflower seeds, and they were ghost pepper. So,
yeah,
they weren't
pack some heat.
They weren't labeled, and it would be roulette. So like you'd get like 4 people that have a random, just whatever his original seasoning was, and then you'd get the ghost pepper, and you'd have to like guess which one has the ghost pepper. Just a tremendous like gambling game of who can read each other's faces. It's terrific.
Yeah, it's just fantastic. So hope you like gambling, because we love that shit. Check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. You are currently listening to the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, so no lies being told here. The final game of the night, standalone game, Mac.
Oh yeah,
Siena in Poughkeepsie, taking on the Red Foxes of Marist. Marist laying 5.5, and I say bullshit. Give me Siena. Sprinkle the money line at what, plus 200, I think, roughly.
Yeah.
Come on, Jerry Mack.
Yeah. Hey, I was thinking about this when I saw this line. I go, oh man, the deadly 5.5 number. Every donkey is going to see this. The last game of the night. Oh my God, Marist is fucking 8-1 in league play. They're only laying 5.5. Nah, Siena's live in this game. Let's go. Double lock.
Let's go. 210 on the money line, says Johnny in the chat. Jump over there. It's Riley St. Bernard's.
This is the chase game for everybody. Everybody will be better Marist.
Fantastic. Best plays of the night. That's our slate. Best play of the night. I'm kind of with you where I like Kent State as the top play.
Akron.
Yeah.
Fuck Akron. And at 2, how many are we doing, by the way?
Whatever
4?
you want. Yeah,
4?
Sure.
At 2, I will say Siena. At 3, I'm going to go with Georgetown. At 4, now it gets a little dicey. Actually, I think at 4, it's going to be Princeton. McIntyre.
Kent was 1. Princeton was 2. Indiana 3 in the rivalry. And Siena 4.
Bieniek, fire.
Purdue 1, blowout. 2, Canisius. They might even win. And 3, I'll go with Yale in that rivalry game.
There we go. I also want to give a special shout out. I know this is college football talk, but I want to give a special shout out to Bill Belichick. For a long time, I've been talking about this. I don't understand the logic that they use in making the game safer. They say they get rid of the kickoff in the NFL, which I think is ridiculous. They get rid of the onside kick, which I think is ridiculous. They make you declare it, and they have this crazy rule where you can't touch it because of safety. And they never address the real thing. Like 40% of injury, you have a 40% higher chance of an injury playing on artificial turf. Right? It's just that's real. You can look that up. That's a real number. It's not me talking out of my ass. Right? 40% higher rate of injury. Also, by playing games indoors, there's a reason why they do the 40 combine at like Lucas Oil and stuff. Not only indoors, you have the game is faster there, which means your collisions will be harder. I've always said this, that if you want the game to be safer, play on fucking grass and play outdoors in the elements. First off, that's the history of the fucking sport. So you're honoring and paying homage and staying true to what the fucking history of the sport is. But also shout out to Bill Belichick, because he did get rid of the artificial turf at Kenan Memorial Stadium, which is a great venue in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Like the stadium's history is all there. He tweeted out, excited to bring back natural grass back to Kenan in time for our Monday night game against TCU, which is on, I love that because it's on September 1st or whatever, September 2nd, something like that. But he goes, football should be played on grass. And I know he tweeted out something else before, or said something before regarding this as player safety. And he also said, what do you think about bringing back the sideline hedges as well? And I am pro that, just because Carolina had those hedges for a long time, much like Georgia and stuff like that. They should bring them back. But I love that tweet, and I hope they listen to that. Not only when I say they, the rest of the fucking sport, because that is what should be happening. The game is way safer on grass. The game is slower on grass, which prevents concussions and prevents all this other shit. Do not listen to the bullshit they try to sell you on the National Football League on this cockamamie shit. All right. I'm telling you, I'm fucking right here. Listen to me. Mac, your thoughts on Belichick?
I never thought you would be such a big Bill Belichick fan. It's crazy how this has come full circle. But yeah, I mean, he's absolutely right. I'm pulling for Belichick. I thought the way he got jobbed in New England was a joke, the way they pushed him out, and Kraft's a fucking idiot. But yeah, I'm pulling for him at Carolina, and I think he's going to do well. I think they're putting enough money into that program, and I think he's going to prove a lot of people wrong. So yeah, go Belichick and go Tar Heels, I guess.
And I'm telling you, the other day, I watch a lot of old games and shit, and I just have the TVs going, and they had Ohio State, Michigan, and they also had like a Notre Dame game from the back of the day. How are those places not fucking grass these days? It's a fucking tragedy. All right. And you're putting your players in danger. All these fucking NFL, like the NFLPA play, what the fuck? You should be playing games on grass. I don't understand it. Anyway, check out the College Football Experience for more on that. Give Noah Bieniek a follow on Twitter at NoahB77_. Moneyline Max on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Please hit that like and subscribe button as well. And cannot wait. The Saturday slate, folks.
Marathon.
If you haven't looked at some of the matchups, though, Calipari is back in Lexington. Remember, he was giving shit. People are giving me a hard time when I walk my dog. Well, they're going to give you more than a hard time when you walk into Rupp Arena. Duke, Carolina, for my money, the greatest rivalry in college basketball, maybe even in all the sports. You got Florida, Tennessee rematch. You got the Zags in Moraga, California, taking on St. Mary's. The sport is delivering big time this weekend. Can't wait for tomorrow night's show. See you then. Till next time. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
Yeah, it's got me thinking about the good shit the minute that I seen you grill again. It made me good trip, good dog the mind back like dog will wind that. Man, I didn't get mad when you near me hit me can back, but the comings on was strong. Now my shit's coming along, you know the song. The truth is I'm pretty much on fire again. It's heating up for real, I'm alive again. And that's the attraction factor. Vancouver, Michigan with my rap disaster. Yeah, you know you want it how you want it. No need to trip cause I got it, doggone it. It's all yours and the extras too. All the super music and the sex for who? Just get it straight cause he caught me in a good mood. Let me demonstrate what this time of year could do. Sing it. Yeah, last time you got the hot shit that I made, I was not the hot shit. Why? Going through them transitions, reminiscing. Damn, listen, I can make the biggest change. Listen, it wouldn't have shit to do with shit but some chips in. I don't get down like that. I'm the super rap mammal with the crown of fact. I'm so sore thumb, sticking out like some stick gum. Out the back with the beat smack. It's dumb, dumb hot, crazy sun hot. More often than not, and not monotonous. And got the hits in the holes and bottomless. Bottoms up, cause I'ma just beat them damn guts to submission. It's in the job description, that's what I was missing. Yeah.